Hello, wrestling fans, boxing fans, and everybody out there. It's ride time. Wrestling and boxing forever. As y'all can see, I got a new haircut. Feeling kind of good. Um, let's get into some boxing. Now, the anticipated fight with Earl Spence and Ugas took place this past Saturday. Earl Spence came in with the IBF and WBC belt. Ugas came with the WBA belt. Earl Spence said it's a strap-up season, so he was able to get a 10th round stoppage over Dennis Ugas. Well, Ugas. I'm not sure of his first name, but Ugas. So Earl Spence got 3 of the 4 belts. So there is no more across the street and promoters and there's no more excuses for Earl Spence or anybody else. Earl Spence got 3 of the 4 belts. Now he has to deal with Terence Crawford if he wants to be undisputed. This is what he's been saying to people. He wants to be undisputed. He's got 3 of the 4 belts. He's got to go through Terence Crawford to get the 4th and final belt that he would need to be called undisputed. That's all there is to it. And all this stuff about across the street, this one and that one, well, if you boxing fans remember back in 2008, I believe, Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson was the most talked about fight in heavyweight boxing. It happened in Memphis, in Tennessee. Lennox Lewis with HBO, Mike Tyson with Showtime. Showtime and HBO, 2 cable networks that are in competition together, came together and made that fight happen because they saw the potential earnings that were there. So if Showtime and HBO can come together for a Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis super bout, like if 2 different networks can come together and make that fight happen, I don't see what the issue is or what the issue would be with Terence Crawford and Earl Spence. There is no more across the street this and different promoters. All the excuses are out the window. So, and I believe that this fight can happen because it's very much talked about, and this fight can happen, and it will happen somewhere down the line, hopefully. Now, Brian Castano is getting ready for his 2nd bout with Jermell Charlo for the 154-pound, for the belts at 154. I believe that Brian Castano, in my own personal opinion, I believe Brian Castano should be undisputed champ already. I think Jermell Charlo was gifted a draw. They protected him by giving him a draw. In my own opinion, he was protected by being given a draw. I believe that Brian Castano should be undisputed champion at 154 already, in my own personal opinion. And I know that there's people that are going to speak on their opinions, Charlo beat him or whatever, but the 2nd fight is coming. And Charlo knows the first fight was a little too close for comfort. In my opinion, I think Brian Castano won. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. Carissa Shields and Savannah Morgan they're hyping up their fight. And Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, as they call him, Triple G, picks up the IBF and WBA belt at 160, at 160 pounds. Does this leave the door open for him and Canelo to have a second fight? I mean, I think this is their third fight. I'm not sure, but it will be a rematch. But I'm not sure if it's a second or third fight. But either way, it's going to be exciting for boxing. Tony Harrison showed that he was in championship form, 100%. Tony Harrison showed that he was championship form, 100%, when he was on Showtime. This individual called the Towering Inferno, Sebastian something. I didn't catch his last name, but they call him the Towering Inferno, and he showed a lot of skill against Erickson Lubin. So it's going to be a great time for boxing. And speaking of boxing, the WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury finally is going to defend against Dillian Whyte. Both of those men are coming off of tough fights. Both of them had some hard times with the opponents that were put in front of them. But it's going to be a great time for boxing. Till next time, Ride Time, Wrestling and Boxing Forever. I'm out. And happy Easter to everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive. Don't let nobody stop you from achieving your dreams. I'm out.